Hi, Tim. Welcome to Tech Talk with Tim, episode 2. So, we're talking about track and protect technology. And last time we talked about security in the workplace, firewalls and data breaches and so on. Today, I want to talk about integrations. I know that's one of the things that Track and Protect, at Track and Protect, we promote quite a bit that we are the only solution that integrates with room control systems and wireless access points, such as with Ruckus, Aruba, Cisco Meraki. Tell me, what does it mean for those that don't know? What does it mean that Track and Protect integrates with these solutions, and how does it work?
Yeah, so integration is really when we're working on leveraging some existing infrastructure that's there. So for example, we will use our in-room gateways to help us identify location. Our technology is all based on BLE technology, which is Bluetooth Low Energy. Our gateways help us identify those points in the rooms. So when we talk about integration, what we're talking about doing is we're talking about leveraging, like for example, a wireless access point that's already in a room, a smart thermostat. Those devices, TVs, those devices have BLE technology already built into them. So what we're able to do through integration is we're able to eliminate some of the hardware by leveraging the device that already has that Bluetooth technology in it and let that report the location information to us so that we can then process that and determine where the employee is at in the system. So that's really what the integration means. It's really, to summarize it, it's leveraging that existing infrastructure, be a TV, an access point, an in-room thermostat panel that can already report the BLE telemetry data to us.
That sounds great. And so, I mean, so we're not then selling gateways to hotels and properties. So that's less hardware, meaning less cost to the properties.
It's a reduction in cost. Yes, it's a reduction in the management of hardware because every device you plug into a room can get unplugged, can get taken by a guest. Things can break. So
Right.
by having a reduced infrastructure of not having multiple devices that have similar technologies built into them, you're reducing your costs both in purchasing the hardware and in managing the hardware. So that's a great reduction there. It simplifies the maintenance because now a lot of your systems that manage or monitor your access points online are also now monitoring your gateways online for your BLE technology because it's a converged infrastructure now that we're leveraging. A lot of this is moving to when we kind of get to we talk about connected rooms and smart rooms. This is where we're
Right.
really going is we're having single devices that manage and report multiple elements of the room. They can manage the Wi-Fi, they can manage the BLE data, they can manage the temperature in the room.
The
So it's
door
that
locks.
the door locks. It all converges
Right.
through a common infrastructure. And that's our goal, is not to put more hardware in the room, but to leverage the existing infrastructure that's there and get the benefits out of that.
And that also means then we're not sending installers to the site. We're not, that's like they don't have to take rooms out of commission to be able to implement the safety technology that hotels are required to do. They don't have to, it's not an opportunity cost of like managing contractors on site and having to escort them in D&D rooms. It's just, again, not just even the implementation is much easier, right? Because we can implement it remotely. And
It
it's
is.
also easier to deploy and easier to manage on a
It
day-to-day basis.
It is in a lot of ways. And I mean, some of that simplification is not only as you mentioned, we don't have to send an installer and it's less setup to do as well. So for example, I had shown the gateway and I had shown the wireless
Mhm.
access point. When you're using these two devices, the gateway communicates with the access point through a wireless technology. When you're doing a integrated technology, you don't need that Wi-Fi technology, and we don't use Wi-Fi at all. We're only using the BLE radio that's built into the access point. So Wi-Fi doesn't become a part of it at all. We're just using the BLE radio in this device that's already in the room and hardwired to the property.
So that's greater reliability as well then. And
Yes,
that's better for the customer. That's
yes.
fantastic. So tell me, I mean, I know we've been proponents at Track and Protect of integrations for many years, and we work with many partners, and we're one of the only ones. And then kind of raises the question, why are we one of the only? So why is this important, right?
I
Tell
mean,
me.
I think it really is so important, and Track and Protect is one of the only people that or the only companies that does the integration. It's so important for us to leverage the existing infrastructure that's out there. That's really the key, is to not repeat, but to continue to use what's there and build on what's there, rather than having four things that does the same thing. I mean, I think it's just so important. Any IT department that you talk to, they would rather manage one infrastructure, and that's the key, is a single infrastructure. Now, if there's a problem, you know exactly where to look, and you're not like looking at multiple devices or multiple vendors. You've got a single infrastructure back there that you're focused on.
Well, ultimately, I think that makes Track and Protect the superior solution for properties out there. So thank you very much. This was great and a great episode too. Look forward to having you back here again. Thanks,
Thanks.
Tim.